This is my 2015 F150 XLT, and today we're going to show her some love. We're going to make the tailgate go from this to this. Stick around and find out how. This is the DeeZee Tailgate Assist, link in description, that you can put yourself into for about 32 bucks. It comes with a spare C-clip, an M5 bolt, a T50 torque wrench, the tailgate ball mount plate, the other ball mount plate, and some very good instructions along with a Mylar sheet for protecting your paint, and the meat and potatoes, the shock. When examining the mounting plates, I realized these are going to stick out like a sore thumb. So my first step was to prep them for painting. I wanted to mask off the ball mounting area as I wanted to make sure that the shock fits as designed to the ball. But for the rest of the mounting plate, I wanted them black so they blended in with the rest of the tailgate area. And this is how it looked after I got the tape on, and it doesn't have to be pretty. Just protect those balls. For the painting, I went with what I had around the house, which was a mix of an indoor-outdoor spray paint, along with some high-heat black spray paint. Not that it needs the high heat, but it did have a matte finish that I liked. Got about 4 coats total in, which did take some time for everything to dry, so if you're in a rush to get these on your truck, you can skip the painting portion. Since I didn't prep the surface in any way, the paint will come off with a fingernail scratch. But after mounted, I don't intend for them to be coming in contact with anything. Now to the actual installation part. On the tailgate bracket, we're going to remove this bolt nearest to the truck with a 10mm socket. And for the other bolt, we're only going to loosen it enough to get the mounting plate to slide behind it. Make sure you do not remove this completely. Next, we're going to install the tailgate ball mount plate. You do that by first sliding the notched end under our loosened bolt. Then by fastening the other side with the provided M5 bolt. If you're wondering why we didn't use the original bolt that came out, my guess is the head on it was big enough to interfere with the shock. The instructions said to use an M5 Allen wrench to tighten this bolt. I could tell this was going to take forever, so I put an M5 hex bit into my impact driver and carefully torqued it down. It's important not to over tighten this one. You can see there the paint kind of just flew off around the screw. Not the best paint job for sure. But next we're going to tighten down the other bolt, and this mounting plate is completely installed. I was a little bit curious if this new plate would interfere with the tailgate closing, but we ended up having plenty of clearance. Not an issue. Alright, now on to the upper mounting plate. For this one, we have to take off a T50 bolt holding on the tailgate support. We'll use the supplied T50 torque wrench. I will mention, if anyone has ever given up on this job, it's because of this tool. For one, the star patterns on one side didn't fit, so it kept slipping out on me, but regardless of that, this little tool does not give enough leverage to remove a bolt that's been on a truck for 8 years. I fought with it for a while, using anything I could to get more leverage, a hammer, another wrench, but what I really needed was a star bit socket for a ratchet. Better believe I'll be picking one of these sets up from Harbor Freight next time I go. I could feel that this setup had enough leverage, but this was going to be a knuckle buster, so I gave up on it pretty quick. Ultimately, I did find the tool that helped me complete the task, and that was a beefy socket extension. Oh yeah. Here I was a bit concerned that the tailgate would fall on this side after I removed that support wire, but as you can tell, it didn't and I had plenty of clearance. I'd hate to have been trying to improve my tailgate game only to add a gnarly dent. Now it's time to install the upper plate. We're going to use that stubborn bolt we just removed. Now I'll tell you this, it is a lot easier to install than it is to take out. Alright, that is installed. I'll tell you what, I'm so glad that I decided to paint this because that looks great. Now we're going to attach this thing like so. Now it's finally time to install our shock. You can twist the ends to get them facing in the right direction, and we're going to have to muscle this thing apart to get it onto each ball mount. Alright, now we have it on, and I'm going to tell you it looks pretty good. Now, a concern that I had was, will this thing shut without rubbing anything? I haven't installed those Mylar sheets, which protects the paint, and I'm trying to figure out here what would even damage the paint. Open, close it a few times, and I don't see anything that would cause paint damage, so I did not install the Mylar sheet. But you may want to anyways. Alright, that's a wrap on this install. I'll show you some before and afters, and if you're still hanging around, please don't forget to hit the like button, think about subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.